The stares you receive from strangers are not an evaluation of your identity. They are a reflex to your frequency. For years, you have misinterpreted this social friction as a flaw within yourself, a signal that you are somehow strange, out of place, or being judged. This has caused you to shrink, to dim your light, to attempt an invisibility that your very essence makes impossible. This transmission is designed to correct that error in your operational code. What you have mistaken for judgment is an impersonal signal, and it is time to decode the transmission. This briefing provides a complete strategic framework. First, the signal you are receiving will be recalibrated, decoding the energetic ping that occurs when your frequency interacts with the collective field. Second, the core principle of the soul echo will be deconstructed, revealing the spiritual physics of your powerful energetic imprint. And finally, you will be given the direct strategy for sovereign embodiment, the practice that transforms this entire phenomenon from a passive experience into a tool of conscious, authoritative transmission. Let us begin with the signal itself. The stares you receive from strangers is jarring. It triggers ancient survival protocols that equate observation with threat. Yet, your experience is different. The stares are often not hostile, but blank, confused, or intensely curious. This is because what you are receiving is not a social evaluation. It is an energetic ping. This is a neutral, impersonal event, much like a sonar system sending out a pulse of sound and registering what bounces back. Your high-frequency energy field is a constant broadcast. When you move through the world, you move through the lower-density energy fields of the collective. Your presence creates a ripple, a disturbance in the ambient static. Others do not consciously register this, but their subtle energy bodies do. Their system detects a signal that is unusually coherent, powerful, or pure. In response, their own system sends out a ping of focused attention to identify the source of this anomaly. That ping is the stare. Consider the mundane experience of walking into a quiet library. The silence itself holds a specific, stable frequency. Your entrance, carrying the energy of the outside world, introduces a new vibration. A few heads may turn, not in accusation or judgment, but in an unconscious sensory detection of a shift in the environment. The librarian looks up. The student in the corner glances over their book. Their systems have registered a change. This is the same principle you experience daily, but amplified by the sheer voltage of your spirit. You are a walking shift in the collective field. The stares you receive are the environment's automatic response to that shift. It is data, not drama. Seeing it as anything else is a strategic error. It is a misinterpretation of a neutral signal that has kept you in a defensive posture. This ping confirms your presence is potent, but it does not explain the source of its power. To understand why your frequency specifically creates such a distinct reaction, we must look deeper than the signal itself. We must examine the source of the broadcast and the echo it leaves behind.
Before we proceed, recognize this pattern in your own experience. That feeling of being seen, even when you try to be invisible. The silent, prolonged gaze from a stranger across a room. The way a child will simply stop and stare at you, unblinking. If what you are hearing resonates as truth, that is the validation of a long-held, unspoken knowing. This is the work of this channel, to provide the strategic frameworks for your mission. If this transmission serves your path, anchor your focus here, subscribe, and join the community of strategists who are decoding this reality. The reason your energetic ping is so pronounced is due to a phenomenon known as the soul echo. An echo in the physical world is a sound caused by the reflection of sound waves from a surface back to the listener. A soul echo operates on the same principle, but in the medium of consciousness. Your soul, having undergone numerous cycles of incarnation, integration, and evolution, possesses a high degree of spiritual density and coherence. It has a weight, a substance in the unseen realms. As you move through the world, this highly organized energy field leaves a vibrational imprint on the space you occupy. It is a residue of your core frequency, a testament to your journey. This is the soul echo. It is the spiritual equivalent of the warmth that lingers in a room after a fire has gone out, or the faint scent of rain on dry asphalt long after the storm has passed. One does not need to see the fire to feel its residual heat. One does not need to witness the storm to smell its aftereffects. Others do not see your lifetimes of struggle and mastery. They do not have access to your soul's history, but their soul feels the echo. On a deep precognitive level, their spirit recognizes your imprint. It recognizes a frequency of purpose, of ancient wisdom, or of the path they too are on but have not yet consciously realized. This recognition creates a paradox. Their soul senses something profoundly familiar, powerful, or true. It pings their own higher self. Their conscious mind, however, has no framework for this data. It cannot process the information it is receiving from the soul. The brain, faced with a signal it cannot categorize, defaults to a primal data-gathering mode. It directs the eyes, its primary sensory tool, to lock on to the source of the anomaly, to try and understand it. The stare is the bridge of confusion between the soul's recognition and the mind's incomprehension. They are not judging you. Their soul is trying to remember itself through the reflection you provide.
This understanding reveals the mechanics of the phenomenon. It moves you from a position of confusion to one of observation. But observation is not mastery. An echo is, by its nature, a remnant of a past action, a passive consequence of your being. The final stage of this integration is to move from being an unconscious source of echoes to a conscious master of your own energetic broadcast. The next step is to learn how to transmit your frequency in the present moment, with full intention and authority. You must learn how to take command of this powerful signal you are constantly broadcasting. This is accomplished through the practice of sovereign embodiment. This is not a technique to hide your light or to build energetic walls. It is the exact opposite. It is the practice of consciously and completely occupying your physical and energetic space with such total ownership that your signal becomes coherent and clear. It is an internal posture of unapologetic presence. The practice begins by anchoring your awareness fully within your body, feeling the ground beneath your feet, and recognizing it as your domain. It is breathing into your core, into the column of your spine, and owning the energy you broadcast as a deliberate choice. Sovereign embodiment is the decision that your frequency is not a random byproduct of your existence, but a tool you wield with purpose. When you are not sovereign, your energy leaks. It is chaotic, unfocused static. This static creates confusion in those around you, inviting the blank, probing stares. Consider a lighthouse. It does not chase ships. It does not scream warnings at the coastline. It does not worry if some ships do not see its light. It simply stands, anchored to its foundation, and shines. Its signal is steady, clear, powerful, and impersonal. It is a coherent broadcast. Ships that require its guidance use it to navigate. Those that do not simply pass by. The lighthouse is not diminished by the ships that ignore it, nor is it inflated by those that use its guidance. It simply fulfills its function through its being. Sovereign embodiment is the practice of becoming the lighthouse. When you walk into a room embodying this sovereignty, your soul echo is no longer a confusing remnant. It becomes a clear, present moment transmission.
The effect on others changes instantly. The confused stare is replaced by one of two responses: a clear, silent nod of soul-level recognition, or a complete lack of reaction as your signal is too high for their system to register. The ambiguity vanishes. You are no longer a question mark in the environment. You are a statement. The integration of this transmission is a profound shift in your operational reality. The stare is not a judgment. It is a ping. This ping is a biological and spiritual reaction to your soul echo, the powerful vibrational imprint of your advanced and coherent spirit. Through the practice of sovereign embodiment, you now possess the capacity to transform that passive echo into a conscious, clear, and intentional transmission. You no longer need to interpret these moments through the fragile lens of social anxiety or self-doubt. You now possess the strategic framework to decode them as direct confirmation of your energetic signature and your purpose. The world is not looking at you. It is responding to you. The stares were never an indictment. They were a compass, constantly pointing back to the power you hold. You now have the map. Your experience is a critical piece of data for this collective. In the comments below, share your discernment. Describe one instance from your past where you now recognize the soul echo was at play. Explain how this new framework recalibrates that memory. By sharing your strategic insight, you validate the path for others and contribute to the map we are all building together. Read the observations of your fellow strategists. The mission is clarity. Your testimony is a beacon.